Hey. Alright, y'all. What's going on? I hope everybody's doing well. Today, obviously, this is your boy Bruce Lee. Where I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna throw out a few disclaimers out here. First off, if you see this red shit on my hand, my dumbass was trying to outrun a sprinkler so I didn't get wet, and I tripped over the curb and fell. So if y'all see that shit, don't worry about it. It is what it is. Y'all see like, oh, what the hell's the red shit on your hand? That's it. Another thing, I'm kind of pissed off today. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not here to make this about myself necessarily, but for the past 2 to 3 weeks, life has been whooping my ass. Phone charger fucked up. Can't afford that. Not getting enough hours at work. So, nigga, we're talking about penny pinching. I mean, I'm fucking Abraham Lincoln's skin is just black and blue. All right, talk about penny pinching. My computer charger. It's not even working. So now, when I need to get shit done, I can't even get it done because my computer charger don't fucking work. So I gotta figure that out, and I can't even afford to get a new charger right now. So life is and also I'm very stressed out about my music because I'm trying my best. Listen, I've been kind of on and off with the promotion, but I'm trying my best, and it's just like I don't know what the fuck to do. So honestly, I'm not very happy with my life at the moment. And I'm definitely not happy today. So if my video comes out like it's ass, I apologize in advance. The fact that I'm trying to pull through, I'm trying to give y'all the effort and show that, you know, I obviously want to give y'all a good video. Alright? So enough about me. Let's get into this goddamn video. Before we get started with today's video, y'all like, comment, subscribe. I'll be kicking nobody ass because life has already done that to me. Alright, got some fucking broken bones and I'm walking, but I really should be in a wheelchair. Anyway, that's corny ass show. Moving forward with that. Everything's at I am Bruce Leroy. TikTok until further notice. Hopefully that'll be coming down soon. Alright, there is a lot that happened before this game, and there's a lot that took place during this game we talked about. So this is going to be a very, very long video. So that's why hopefully I decided to, hopefully y'all didn't mind my little speech to begin with. I had to throw that disclaimer out there in case like, oh, it's not a great video or it's just like whatever. I'm not in a very good mood. I'm in a very, very fucked up mood today. But I'm still going to pull through for you guys because at the end of the day, when you are great, you're going to push through when you feel like doing it. You're going to push through when, you know, it's easy to push when, you know, the times are good and you're in a good mood. But, you know, those days when you're in a fucked up mood and you still push through, you still get work done anyway, that separates the great ones from everybody else. So I'm trying to be great, you know what I'm saying, for y'all. First thing I'd like to talk about, the first biggest news is, so I'm going to very, very briefly, because you guys, if you guys been following me on Fi Love You Lady on TikTok and I am Bruce Leroy on other platforms, on Instagram, things like that, well, actually, I did post on Instagram. I did post it on YouTube. So on my YouTube channel, I am Bruce Leroy. It's on there. The videos that I posted on TikTok, they're too long. Oh, and Avante Maddox shit when I was cursing him out, TikTok got that shit up out of here. But it is all those videos where I was ranting and going crazy. They are on YouTube as well. Okay, so the Avante Maddox one, you're not gonna probably see it on TikTok because they got that shit up. Darius Slay was up there, so Darius Slay and the Maddox rant are up there. So I want to briefly discuss this, okay, because I want to discuss it now from a more serious perspective because I was definitely very, very appalled and extremely disappointed and disgusted by Darius Slay and Avante Maddox's actions in that Buccaneers game and after the fact, okay? And I went on my rant and things of that nature, and I did it in a comical manner, but I'm going to keep it real with you, okay? This is a problem. And I will also tell you guys something, and I said this during that, you know, my little rant or whatever. I had no idea that after we got our ass whooped by the Buccaneers that he had the nerve to post his fucking career stats. Darius had the nerve to post his fucking career stats. This motherfucker done lost his mind. I don't try to give Darius Slay the benefit of the doubt. I've God knowing some of y'all be like, you know what, y'all gotta chill out. Like it was a Cowboys game where y'all put the trash cans out with him next to Bradbury. I'm like, hold on, y'all tripping. Darius Slay actually played well. So I've been, you know, I also say like hold on now, like literally I think second year on the Eagles, bro played bro was a top 5 corner, him and Bradbury in 2022. So I'm like, hold on, chill. He's very smart, he's very savvy, he's a leader, he knows what he's doing. He just being put in a system where I think he's more or less of a man-to-man corner than a zone corner. Excuse me, he's a corner that's gonna be good at traveling a lot, but I'm starting to realize that Slay just not that good of a player. Not only is he not that good of a player, he lacks self-awareness, and he has a very myopic view of life. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say of life. I think that's taking it too far. But he has a very myopic, you know, way about himself. And for those that don't know, it's just basically like he thinks of shit one way, and that's it. When he does shit, it's only about how he feels about a situation. And anything else that might be critical of him, like he got mad at Lord Brunson, even though Lord Brunson's a hell of a lot more civil. I'm not civil on this channel at all. I talk shit. This is what I do. Okay, and I don't sugarcoat nothing. I don't give a fuck hopefully if I blow up in music, because that's another conversation. I might come back to get me. But y'all know I get paused, but I give it up on the show. Y'all already know. Like I don't give a rat's ass about nobody. If you're good, you're good. If you're not, I'm gonna say you're not. And if it's gonna come out like, yeah, you ass, I'm gonna say it, you ass. So I don't give a fuck. But bottom line is this. Slay is a very strange individual. And you remember how I talked about earlier in the previous video about how Josh got to be careful, because it seemed like that every time somebody criticizes him, he started getting defensive. Like he did a rant about Philadelphia, about the fans are fucking it on. Which some of them are, and he had good reason to say that, because they were just up there acting stupid about, like, you know, at the end of the day, 3 years, $27 million. He's getting that 14 at $27 million in his third year. That's not fair to him. He's basically getting underpaid for 2 years, and then the bulk of that rest of the money, you know, and then also he earned his top dollar. You know what I'm saying? So I get why he decided to leave. He said, yo, I'd rather just take my chances in Detroit, where I can prove that I can get a bigger deal. That way I'm not locked to any long-term commitment. So I understand why he was mad at that. And then I've seen Chauncey at times has done a lot of talking, and you know, difference between this year and last year, he's not necessarily, he's made some really good plays, and we'll talk about his performance later on. He's made some really good plays this year, but like really good. I'm talking about elite level plays, but at the same time, he's also has regressed a lot. I just thought it was just a thing where, like, you know, he came back from injury in Detroit, but he has regressed a lot more than I would like to admit. So hopefully, it's a long season ahead of us. Hopefully he'll clean it up. I still think he's a capable player. I just think he needs to focus more on playing and less on talking. But I see Chauncey Gardner-Johnson taking the high road in situations where I wouldn't expect him to. Like with the aftermath of the Darius Slay situation, he could have just went like, you know, he could have said a lot without saying a lot, and he chose not to. He chose to take the high road and be professional, because he thought about his team first and himself second. That's not Darius Slay. Darius Slay thinks about himself first and the team second. And his attitude and his demeanor is very much representative of what this football team currently is in the 2024-2025 season, and really what it has been for the past couple of years. It's a bunch of selfish individuals, and I'm not saying listen, when I say selfish, I am not saying there's some team first guys. There are guys that are out there hungry. Q being one of them. Boy, we're gonna talk about Cooper DeJean. Jalen Carter being one of them. Right? Maybe some guys that are not as vocal, but like there are guys that's re-blanking shit. You know, like Ringo. I can go on, but like really, the youth takes this shit seriously. Like the young guys that barely been in the league, the rookies, and like they're taking this shit seriously. I see the chip on the show. I see the competitiveness. Like, cause I saw Quinyon Mitchell go up to Mike Evans and said, "Hold on, what you talking about? Like, bro, you only caught one ball on me." Then you got Darius Slay on the other hand, up there talking about some, how long you been in the league? Like, I think Mike Evans talking about some congratulations on like his something year. I don't know how long you been in the league or whatever. They was like, yeah, you been in the league just as much as I have. And then like, they're up there chopping it up like it's the end of the fucking game. And I'm like, okay. Then Avonte Maddox, like a little fucking toddler and shit, comes up to a grown-ass man. And listen, there's nothing wrong with video games. I play video games. I don't play video games no more because my life's in a different direction now. There's nothing wrong with video games. But you're in the middle of a fucking game getting your ass whooped. Why the first thing that's coming out of your mouth when the opposing team is whooping your ass, you're going to go to their star player and ask him if he plays Fortnite? Like, this team has lost their... There's some individuals on this team have lost their fucking minds. Completely lost their minds. And it's getting to a point where, I'm going to be honest with you, I try to give Darius Slay the benefit of the doubt, but he just has lack of self-awareness. And it's to the point where he's up there blocking people. Like, people aren't supposed to critique what he did. He doesn't even understand. When he went on this podcast to explain, he doesn't even understand how wrong of what the fuck he did was. You never, ever, ever... I don't give a fuck if that's your, that's a rival team. Listen, it's okay to be cool with some Cowboys players, right? I'm not mad at Jalen Hurts for being cool with CeeDee Lamb, all right? I'm not mad at Micah Parsons and Lane Johnson showing respect for each other, okay? I'm not mad at that. Like, those things I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at, like, for instance, by the way, praise out to Aiden Hutchinson as well. He broke his leg, appreciate the Lions for beating the brakes off the Cowboys. That made my day yesterday. But when Micah Parsons, came up, to Aiden Hutchinson, see, that's cool because it's just a game at the end of the day. When somebody gets hurt really, really bad, you obviously don't want to see that. Like, when we're competing, it's in the spirit of the game. It's nothing personal. That's cool. The shit that Darius Slay did, it's just like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is the truth. If I was the head coach or I was Fangio, I'm sitting his ass out for a whole first half, and I'm taking that C off his chest. No questions asked. Like, that motherfucker's no longer the captain. Because we gotta send a message loud and clear. That type of shit that Darius Slay did starts fights. Like actual fights in a line. I'm talking about actual fist fights. Because you just don't go and do some shit. You don't throw your homie under the bus by laughing. Because you know that Michael Parsons and Chauncey, they don't really fight. It's still in the beginning when, they was at a Sixers game and Chauncey felt a certain way. So, they're not really getting along like that. Right? And Chauncey taking a high road, but they don't really fuck with each other like that. You already know. Alright? They don't really fuck with each other. And you know this. You up here laughing. Like, the lack of self-awareness is crazy. And you up here showing your career stats. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. I respect what you did in New Orleans. He's done some good things as an Eagle. 2 years ago, he locked the hell out of he locked up Justin Jefferson. I like that was a fantastic game. Like, he locked him the fuck up. Like, Justin Jefferson, even till this day, he might be the best receiver in the league or top 3 100%, right? It's between Tyreek, AJ, or I would say him. And if you want to throw Devontae Adams in there, I guess we'll see when he plays with a better quarterback because he's asked for a trade. We'll see what happens with that. But just wrapping up Devontae Adams, pause. Just wrapping that shit up. Disgusting. Disgusting. But you know what? I'm happy these things are happening because the players are going to say what they're going to say. The coaches are going to say what they're going to say. Some of these analysts are going to, try to say, hold on, let's not overreact. Da, 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 da. But I'm telling you right now, there's a fundamental problem with this team. And it starts with the head coach. And some of these players are contributing to the bullshit. Slade being one of them. Because of his demeanor, how he carries himself. As a defensive player, I'm not saying you got to be a piece of shit of a person. I'm not saying that you can't exercise some level of sportsmanship at times. But as a defensive player, just like when you box, right? I'm not a boxer by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just keeping it real. When you box, when you're doing a violent sport, you got to have a killer in you. Just a little. You got to have that, I'll knock a motherfucker head off. There's been guys like Sheldon Brown, Brian Dawkins, Reggie White, Jerome Brown, Seth Joyner. Even some of these guys like Quinyon Mitchell, a rookie, and Jalen Carter. These are guys that the competitive spirit, Philadelphia, Fletcher Cox, Jason Kelsey. Like, this is what I love about Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Pittsburgh, they know what their identity has been. It's been set since like the 1970s Steel Curtain defense. Baltimore knows what their identity has been because it's built by Suggs, Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, guys like Chris McAllister, Peter Boulware, guys that's really stepped in and embodied what it is to be a Baltimore Raven. Like, they embody what this organization, this Eagles organization, we've got some, or we have some tough individuals that came through this building and had success. Malcolm Jenkins, can't forget about him. Jalen Mills wasn't the best corner, but he played hard. Guys like McLeod, who's on the Browns, he played hard. Those guys played. Like, when we didn't have the best of everything, we didn't have nowhere near the roster we got now. You know why we won we didn't win a Super Bowl because we had all the best players. We won a Super Bowl because we gave a fuck. And that's the difference. We gave a fuck. And we didn't just talk. We put it out there on the fucking field. This team wanted to win. The same way how the Chiefs were very tense. Travis Kelce went too far on his thing with Andy Reid. And Mahomes was yelling at motherfuckers was yelling at each other like I mentioned a couple videos ago. I can see when you want to win. I can see when you locked in for real, for real. This team ain't locked in for real, for real. And obviously it starts with the head coach, but it's really like some of these players, they need to get the fuck off the team ASAP. Like, I would have punished Slade for that. I really would have. Like, there's no way in the fucking hell I'm leaving him as captain. And he 100% would have sat out a whole first half to let him know shit like that is just not okay. We don't throw our teammates. When that motherfucker wearing midnight green, that's your brother. You don't throw your brother under the bus. Under no circumstances. Moving on from the Maddox and the Slade thing, because I pretty much got everything I wanted to get out in the video. Let's move on to Devin White being released. Very stupid move. We don't have a lot of depth at linebacker. And I'm going to be honest with you. We'll talk about Nakobe Dean later on. But it's not even guaranteed Nakobe Dean is good enough to keep his spot. I've seen some good things out of Nakobe Dean this year. But these past couple games, again, we're going to talk about his performance because, like, it's, I think the book has been sealed when it comes to Nakobe Dean as a Philadelphia Eagle. Now, I'm not saying he probably won't be successful elsewhere, but we'll talk about him later. I don't want to jump the gun too fast. I just think it was just very distasteful. You didn't give him an opportunity. And listen, at the end of the day, it's always a next man up league. Nakobe Dean stepped in the Green Bay game, and he played really, really good. He's played good all the way up until, these last couple games, have been, we'll get to there when we get there. But he's played good to have that spot next to Zach Vaughn. We don't really value linebackers a lot in this scheme, so where does Dean fit in? But I think, where does Devin White fit in? But I think you should have played the man to give him an opportunity to see if, I don't like it. Linebacker, our depth isn't great, and you just gave away an important piece. I don't like that shit. So, few things happened. So, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Lane Johnson officially came back from their injuries. Sidney Brown is on an open practice day window, so he might come back for the Giants game. I knew he wasn't. A lot of people were upset that he didn't come back for the Browns game. I knew that wasn't going to happen. So let's hope the Giants game he's back. Let's hope. If not, then it's all good. Hopefully we'll get him afterwards. But I would like to see Sidney Brown on that field. Vic Fangio finally made the decision to start Cooper DeJean over Avonte Maddox. I'm very, very happy because he was like, yeah, he played fine. I'm like, what the fuck kind of film you watching? Because Avonte Maddox was getting his fucking ass whooped out there. And that's what made Avonte Maddox' situation worse. Not only was the whole unit getting their ass whooped, he was especially horrible. He could not. Chris Godwin was making a nigga his son. I'm talking about, bro, he was catching anything like he was that nigga. He was put his ass in a stroller and put a pacifier up and said, sit your ass, but don't make another noise. I'll take my building and whoop your ass. Like, he made that nigga his son. Buckle up. Stay your ass in that stroller, son. You know what I'm saying? They made that nigga a bedtime. He put his ass to sleep. Bro, like that, he made that nigga his son for real. But anyway, moving on. Just a bad move. Very distasteful. Isaiah Rodgers has been liking tweets concerning him coming back to the Colts. I don't blame him. But then again, it's like, Quinyon, you draft Quinyon to be a future #1 corner, right? Isaiah Rodgers get injured. Again, it's just the next man up thing. Quinyon has to start being the #1 corner at some point in time, right? And we can't really give Rodgers that opportunity. The little stuff he did in preseason, I wasn't, oh my God, this is crazy. But at the same point, in the same token, there's only but so much you can do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, we'll see what happens with Isaiah Rodgers moving forward. The trade deadline, I think if I'm mistaken, got extended to week 9. Don't quote me on that. But, we'll see what happens. Okay, and I heard that Darius Slay's on a trading block. I don't know how true that is. I don't think anybody's... If I'm a better man, Darius Slay is staying on his team. So, let's get into this game. Well, actually, let's talk about this. So, Sirianni... So, Jalen Hurts did a press conference right before the game. A couple days before the game, and they had to talk about during the bye week. They asked him how his bye week was. He decided to add in that him and Nick Sirianni had great discussions. I guess alluding to the fact that everybody's speculating about, because there was a question asked him saying, okay, well, what's the situation between you and Sirianni or whatever? Like, do y'all talk? And he said we have our moments. So I'm assuming he was kind of addressing people taking that bit of what he said and making it into a whole big thing. Here's the reality situation of what people have to understand. Okay? There's been rumors out there, and again, it's nothing I can confirm personally, but I believe it. Jalen Hurts wanted more intermediate routes. Nick Sirianni overruled him and basically said, yo, I don't give a fuck what you tell me. You're a franchise quarterback getting paid a bunch of fucking money. I'm not listening to what you say. I'm doing what the fuck I want to do. So just imagine, let's just say if I'm going to take those rumors to be true. Why the fuck would I look at him the same way? And also, why the hell would I'm still being under this person's tutelage when I talk shit about him? It don't make sense. Right? It's just kind of stupid. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think... Joey Six brought up a good point. There was no point even mentioning that. Because what are we supposed to do with that information? Oh, so I guess you're not having... Excuse me. Oh, so I guess you're not having beef with Sirianni, whatever. Motherfucker, if he out there calling shitty plays for me and putting me, don't know how to call a correct offense, making me look bad as a quarterback, even though nobody's open, the stale-ass offense overriding when I'm asking for something that's reasonable, like, hey, let's game plan some intermediate routes, you ignore me, I wouldn't fuck with you neither. But I'm not going to say it out loud because you're my coach. You know what I'm saying? I'll say that shit when I'm over and done with it in a podcast. How was it? Like, that nigga was ass. And I'll say that shit on a podcast when I'm retired 5 years apart from the game. I'm not saying that shit like while I'm still playing for the team under the current coach. That's going to cause problems. Like, people are fucking idiots. So I think everybody needs to stop. I know they're going to say what they're going to say. But it's just like, I'm not surprised. Like I didn't look at the information like, oh my God, like when the report came out about when he said in the interview we have our moments. I wasn't like, oh my God, oh shit, like no, because it's like, I get it. You know, like, I'm gonna keep it real. Like, this nigga's done everything out of his power to sabotage the team, and he's currently doing that now. So let's get into this game. All right, it's about time. So, let's start off with this offense. So the offense, Hurts had a slow start, 1 for 6. Here's the thing. I'm being honest with you, okay? This is coming from somebody who's been very, very critical of Hurts this season. And critical to the point where some of y'all niggas be getting hella butt hurt when I be saying, like, yo, he's not playing the same as 2022. Yes, he is. Like if you're not watching the games, like, listen, I'm telling you right now, he's not regressing. He's just not improving. Like y'all niggas be moist as fuck, like on some soft ass shit, cause I disagree with you. So the fuck what? You're gonna have your argument. I'm gonna have my argument. So fucking what? Who gives a shit? Why y'all so hell bent on trying to prove a point that for nothing? Like, at the end of the day, he playing the way he playing. It's not great, and that's it. And I'm gonna say my fucking opinion whether y'all want to hear it or not. I'm gonna say it because I say what the fuck I want to say. Like, he's not playing great. He's regressed, and he's not looking like an elite quarterback overall this season. Like Atlanta, I like the way he played. I like the way he. Matter of fact, let's get it right into it. He actually, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't like some of the decisions he made earlier on in the game. I think that going for one-on-ones, fade routes, or trying to throw the deep ball when it's that early in the game when you don't have a clean matchup, and they like those guys beat. And it was like A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith beat their man. He just throwing the ball up there. It's like 3rd and 1. And I'm like, why the fuck are you operating out of the gun and throwing a deep ball? It don't make sense. So I don't know if that was his decision or that was Sirianni's decision, but it was really fucking stupid. But honestly, outside of some questionable calls, I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Jalen Hurts' play. I think that the biggest difference between this game and the other games is that he played with confidence. He played like he was more sure of himself. He played the way he was throwing the ball to AJ Devontae Smith. He knows he trusts those guys. And what I also love too was that I didn't just, how I hear him making all these, these to be or not to be Shakespearean ass speeches like that he be making the shit that will look good on an Instagram post. This time, I actually seen a man who was playing with more confidence, playing like he was assured of himself. He didn't put the ball in harm's way. Was he perfect? No. But I'm going to be honest with you. If you want me to be real with you, if we talk about the whole game in its entirety, I'm going to give him like a B plus to an A minus. He actually played pretty damn good. He was 16 for 25, 264 yards, 2 touchdowns. He played pretty damn good. And it's not just, and I was like, yo, when are we going to get your performance is going to match with your stats, right? I don't want to go so far as to say this was the game, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Like to me it was. He ran pretty good. There was some pretty good, there was some pretty good smart design runs when the defense was blitzing. They did a really good job running up the middle and taking advantage of an over-aggressive defense, looking for a quick sack. And little do they know, they think it's a pass. It's a straight quarterback draw. So I like some of the calls. Seth Joyner said something, and I agree with him. I don't want my quarterback running the fucking football 14 times. That's what the fuck you got Saquon Barkley for, right? So I don't like that. I think he took too many hits. I think there was too many design runs. It was too much running from Jalen Hurts. So I agree with Seth Joyner 100% on that specific bit. So honestly, if you want me to agree with you, listen, I've been very, very, very critical to the point where motherfuckers actually get upset with me. Hurts played good. Like I don't have anything to complain about. I just wish that maybe a couple throws could have been more on the money, and it wasn't great. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I like the way Jalen Hurts played. Like, if I can get more of those type of performances, I'm good with it. Obviously, we had the slow start with the 0 for 6, but he cleaned it up, and he actually played really, really good football pretty much throughout the entirety of the game, and he didn't put the ball in harm's way, and that is very important. All right. Now, let's move on from that. Saquon Barkley. Saquon's good. It's just that I feel like that, number one, I like the way they ran with him very often in the first. So that was something different. And also to add on top of that, I just was made aware yesterday that we didn't have a single touchdown throughout the whole first quarter, which is kind of crazy. That's a problem. We have zero. We have not scored not one time in the first quarter. That's a problem. Now, Saquon Barkley. I don't know how much of it was just because like I seen a lot of plays inside that wasn't working. Here's another thing that the Eagles got to stop doing too. The Eagles have to stop doing the toss play out the single back because it's very obvious. Literally, if I know you're lined up in a single back, I know you're not going to do an inside handoff, and they're not going to do an off-tackle handoff, they're not going to do a pass play. There was a pass play out the single back, but literally, if I'm a bet man and I'm watching film on the defense, if they're in a single back formation, I know it's going to be a toss to Saquon Barkley. So they got to clean that up because I'm pretty sure if they're going to be a smart player, like, it's pretty similar to how Brandon Graham blew up a play. Like, it was a very bad play. Literally cost it a point, which I ain't complaining about because, shit, I'm looking for my Eagles to beat the Browns. But they made a really bad decision. I think they had Jameis Winston on like a third or fourth down or some shit like that. And it might have been a fourth down. So he tried to do like a little end around or whatever, and Brandon Graham read the shit out the play. Like, he read it like a goddamn a Goosebumps novel and shit. But, yeah. So just going back to the thing, they gotta clean it. They gotta put some different variations to that single back play. Cause if I'm in the defense and I'm seeing single back formation, I know it's gonna be a toss to Saquon, and I'm gonna blow the shit out of it. Pause. But yeah, so honestly, Jalen Hurts played good. Saquon, I just feel like that. I don't like how in the second half they stopped running with the football, and they kind of just like kept trying to run inside, and it's not working, and instead of trying to be creative and do different stuff, you kind of just gave up. Okay, so A.J. Brown was fantastic as usual. Devontae Smith was fantastic as usual. Those guys played really well. I think A.J. Brown had 5 receptions for 119 yards and a touchdown. No, I was wrong, slightly off. 6 receptions, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. A.J. Brown was great. Devontae Smith, I think, had like 64 yards and a touchdown, so he was great. Dallas Goedert, I think I put the injury here. Now, I didn't technically see the injury, but Dallas Goedert did get injured. It was a hamstring, and he was out for the whole rest of the game. Kyle Pitts played pretty damn good. Again, with him, he got to clean up the penalties. He's always doing a false start. He's always doing a hold. He got to clean up the penalties. But, you know, the talent is very much there. Like, he's a great receiving tight end. Got to learn how to block better, and then the penalties for Calcaterra, they got to stop. But he had a phenomenal game. He's balling out. And one thing I want to give Jalen Hurts credit for, too. Because, like, this is something that I should have mentioned, but I kind of just moved far from it. I really like how he went out of his way. Because I think he's hearing the rumors, all he looked for is A.J. Brown, Devontae. So I really love how he tried to spread the ball around. And he tried to trust his teammates. It seemed like he was listening to the outside noise a little bit, but he wasn't listening to it to the point where it negatively affected. He was listening to it to like, you know what? All right, bet. I'm going to show y'all that I'm not just a one-read quarterback. He did a fantastic job of trusting in Calcaterra. He threw some good balls. And y'all all apology to Jahan Dotson. Because like I said, he doesn't throw himself the football. Is Jahan Dotson perfect? No. But, like, you know, I know a good player when I see one. And honestly, you can't really say he's ass because it's not like he's dropping the ball. It's not like he did what the fuck Quez Watkins did when the ball came to him and just didn't perform. No. He's actually making the catches. And he did a really good job. He dragged his foot out, and it was a hard catch to me because he had to drag basically like, you know, he was sliding across, and he ended up dragging his feet. It's pretty on the sideline. So Jahan Dotson, again, you just got to use. If you're not using him, you can't really make a determination to see if he's good or not. So I like y'all be saying that dumb shit. It befuddles me. It doesn't even make any sense. So y'all will apologize to him because Jahan Dotson is clearly good. So I like that Jalen Hurts used the outside noise about him being a one-read quarterback, about him always looking at AJ and Devontae, and him not trusting his other teammates, and he trusted those guys, and hopefully he will continue to look Jahan Dotson's way, and hopefully he'll get more targets as the game's going along, right? So I mentioned other receivers. I want to talk about Nick Sirianni because this motherfucker has lost his mind. I thought to myself, let me just look up. I thought to myself, I said, Bruce, you gotta chill out with cursing him out. Cause I've been cursing him out on social media. I've been telling this thing about, yo, man, shut the fuck up. I've been retweeting this shit. Cause he's making them dumbass speeches about, yeah, you gotta stay motivated. And you gotta be humble and put your ego aside. Let me tell you about motherfucking Nick Sirianni, boy. So, first things first, I obviously just mentioned the fact that he's the stupid ass one-on-one throws down the field, doesn't even make any sense because neither one of them really, AJ nor Devontae really had much leverage. Part of it was that the throws really weren't on target, and the other part is like, why are you doing that when it's like third and distance or some shit? It doesn't make any sense. So, here's the thing. I don't know what the fuck it is, but he is one of the worst 2-minute drill coaches I've ever seen in my whole life. This motherfucker on a 3rd and 1, at the end of the second quarter, when the second quarter is about to be closed, on the last drive, this motherfucker does not know how to run a 2-minute drill offense. This nigga, on a 3rd and 1, went out the shotgun. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? You got Saquon for a reason. You got the tush push for a reason. If you're going to pass, you got to find something quick because the defense is definitely going to be blitzing. The fuck are you doing? And he literally took possible points away from us doing that dumbass shit. They want to get up in the conference like, yeah, I called that. We know, motherfucker. We know you called that. What are you talking about? We know you called it. Cut the bullshit. We know you called it. We know what Sirianni play when I see one. It's stale as fucking stale as somebody leaving some open bread overnight, nigga. It's stale as fuck. Like, bro, we know. We know. Fucking dumbass nigga talk about so yeah, I called. We know you called it, motherfucker. We know that. Bitch. Fuck wrong with you? But anyway, because this nigga be pissing me the fuck off, man. I'm telling you. But yeah, jeez, my computer been acting. If I keep looking at this battery, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna look at it periodically. I'm just gonna focus on this damn listen. Alright, let's focus on this video. So, then, to add insult to injury, because basically his play calling has been atrocious, I learned 2 things. First and foremost, after the game, this motherfucker got the nerve to yell at his own fan base.
Like in the bottle, I seek the flesh. Nigga, I'm sorry.
The same shit he was doing last year with the Chiefs. What motherfucking coach in the history of this game? I've never seen this before. This is a whole nother level of fucking degenerate behavior. This motherfucker gotta go. He gotta do. I know niggas try to be nice. I don't want to on fire. No, he shouldn't have been fired at the end of that horrific ass season. And the only reason why his job is saved is because he won his Browns game, so he's gonna be all right for a hot minute. But I'm telling you right now, this motherfucker has lost his mind. Let me tell you something right now, okay? That defense had a lot of injuries. You still got Myles Garrett. Denzel Ward can still play, but that defense had a lot of injuries. They had backup safeties. Jalen Hurts, not taking anything away from him or what A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith did, or Calcaterra. Not taking anything, or what Jahan Dodson. I'm not taking anything away from those guys that play well. Motherfucker, the Browns are the worst football team in the league. If not the worst, they're second behind Carolina. It's just them and Carolina. They're the worst teams in the NFL. And their quarterback fucking is Deshaun Watson is ass. Like he's like this motherfucker's not even. He's so bad. He's not even capable of being a 3rd string quarterback on any roster. I don't know what the fuck happened. Maybe it's the mental shit from all the off the field stuff. Maybe this shoulder injury that he had surgery on was worse. But Deshaun Watson is fucking garbage. I'm surprised they didn't start Jameis Winston. I would have started him. Like, that would have been a smart move. Yeah, I'm trying to beat Philadelphia, nigga. I'm not putting Deshaun fucking no Watson on there, nigga. Like, bro, that motherfucker a mini Watson. Like, whatever. I'm about to say some stupid shit. Anyway, like, bro, if I'm trying to give myself a winning opportunity, nigga, I'm not putting fucking Deshaun Watson. Not after the shit that he pulled the year. Hell no, he gonna have to sit. Like, it's been long overdue. He's not had one game, and he cannot. He has no arm strength. He has some good intermediate, but like he has some good intermediate routes. But his arm strength, his ability to throw the football accurately is fucking good. I feel so bad for Jerry Jeudy and Amari Cooper. If he sit up there wide open and the ball just sailed over. I know they gotta be fucking frustrated. Let me tell you something right now. CD gotta chill out with Dak Prescott. Cause I'm gonna tell you something right now. Listen, I'm saying this as a hardcore Eagles fan. It's like, we on some fuck Dallas type shit. The shit that CeeDee Lamb is doing to Dak, that shouldn't even happen. I need to see Jerry Jeudy or fucking Amari Cooper get on Deshaun Watson ass. Because at least Dak Prescott will try to, even though this motherfucker will literally try to turn the ball over to try to get you the ball, even when you're not even open. Deshaun Watson, just, like, he makes his receivers look really fucking bad. Like, I be feeling bad for him because they be getting wide open and he just do a throw that's like, what the fuck? Like, it wasn't even nowhere near the receiver. Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, Deshaun Watson is not capable of being an NFL quarterback any longer. Those days is long gone. It's over with from him. That nigga is cooked. Serve that nigga on a plate. Put some A1 sauce. That nigga is fucking cooked. Like, it's over. So, this motherfucker literally lost to probably the second worst team in the NFL. The only saving grace is they got some really good running back depth. And their defense, their secondary is really, like, their Myles Garrett, and then that secondary got some really, really good plays with Newsome, Denzel Ward, maybe another player or two that I'm thinking of, and they heard they got a good linebacker too, and they got Darius Smith, who's pretty good from Green Bay. But really, their defense is their saving grace. That's it. And then Njoku can play, Cooper can play. Jerry Jeudy, I think he's good, but if you got a quarterback can't even give you the fucking ball, I can't really blame him. But yeah, motherfucker, you didn't, like, you would have lost. You almost lost. And quite literally, had they not did that stupid ass thing where it did a dumbass end around, you could have very well lost this game. Cause that block kick changed everything. Jake Elliott got blocked by Myles Garrett. The Cloud returned it for a touchdown. But the gall of you, when you doing horrible to yell at your own fucking fan base, are you like you're just asking to get fired? Then this motherfucker revealed some information that had me going fucking bananas. This motherfucker, mind you, Vic Fangio been in the league since before fucking Nick Sirianni was in fucking Pampers. He's been coaching this league for a very long fucking time. Bro, why the fuck, as a veteran in this game, you can't even coach your motherfucking offense. You can't even call plays on an offense. You can't even do what your quote-unquote expertise is. But you're going to tell a long-time veteran, you're going to try to call a defensive play, then he was on there, he was like, yeah, I'm not going to tell you guys, but I did call a defensive play and it didn't work. Motherfucker, why would you revict this? This is some shit, nigga, you got to take, listen, you got to take some shit to the grave with you, bro. That was something you should have never said. Vic Fangio don't need your motherfuckers. I'm not saying he's perfect either, because he, like, the scheme is, I don't think is long term for this defense, and this scheme ain't it. This is the Eagles are known for their stopping the run and the pass rush. But really, stopping the run is the number one thing the Eagles are known for. It's not so much as, like, secondary play. Secondary play, they have some great players, but, they're not known for secondary. They're known for stopping the run and getting to the quarterback. That's what the Eagles' defense is notoriously known for. It's stopping the run. That's the number one thing. And then the pass rush. It's not really the secondary. The secondary helps. We've had some great plays over in the past, but that's not, we're really not known for having elite secondary all around. Now, granted, we got some great guys that's coming in, But that's not what we're known for. We're really known for our run defense and then our pass rush. But this nigga don't need your fucking help calling the defense. You can't even do your fucking side correct. You can't even do the offense correctly. Why are you stepping on this man's toes? Who the fuck do you think you are? Let me just film it. Because I'm going to curse this motherfucker out. Bro, who the fuck do you think you is, my nigga? You done lost your fucking mind. Nigga, fuck wearing Eagles gear on the side. You need to wear a fucking straight jacket. You done lost your motherfucking mind, bro. You done lost it, nigga. You done lost your fucking mind. And at the end of the day, as long as you're the head coach of this football team will go absolutely nowhere. Now, I'm going to go to the defense real quick. But wrapping this up, Sirianni, this motherfucker is a degenerate. You know, I thought about saying, am I going too harsh for cursing him out? Then I realized, no, this motherfucker deserves every bit of it and more. This nigga doesn't deserve to have a fucking job. He's lucky to have a job here. And this motherfucker's going out of his way to sabotage the football team as long as he gets his way. Then this nigga got a nerve to put his kids up there to try to get sympathy points from this. So you'll ask me your hard questions. This mother, like this nigga done lost his fucking mind. Like, honestly, if I go any further, I'm going to say some disrespectful ass shit. But Sirianni ass has to go. If this team wants to see a Super Bowl again, which is not going to happen this year, and I'll explain a little bit later on after I talk about the defense. If we want to see a Super Bowl anytime in the near future, because that window's closing, Sirianni cannot be the head coach next year. Absolutely the fuck not. I want to talk about the defense now. All right. So Josh Sweat got a sack. That was good. You know, one thing I like about Josh Sweat, man, I don't think he's playing as good as he did the first half of the last year and the season and a couple seasons before that, but he's doing something. And, you know, he's finally getting the pass rush, but like Josh Sweat is doing something. As long as you're contributing, I don't give a shit what you do, right? So shout out to Josh Sweat, he's contributing. So Jomo played really, really good. Really got to the quarterback a lot. Very active all over the field. I really like Jomo is getting better every year. He's actually taking strides, and he's taking his new playing time, and he's taking advantage of it. I love the chip on the shoulder that Ojomo's playing with. He's been playing good in training camp. He's doing really well in the preseason. Like, Ojomo is it's going to be a very, very good player when it's all said and done. I can't wait to see what the future's going to hold for him because he can definitely play for sure. Brandon Graham had a very, very good game, man. Man, listen right now. Like, we so fucking lucky to have BG. We do not deserve. BG don't deserve this shit. What he did for us at that Super Bowl, how he's been playing, his leadership, his personality, the trash talk, like everything. Like you just can't. You cannot not love BG, man. BG is awesome, man. Like, shout out to him. He played a hell of a game. Zach Bond, I need to see. He's gonna be all right. I'm not worried about Zach Bond. He's probably like out of all the players on defense, he's my least worries. By the way, going back to the offense real quick, Malata had an injury. I'm trying to think about what it is. Yeah, so he had a hamstring injury as well. And by the way, I want to quickly talk about Kenny Albert real quick, bro. He gave you a football. It's like a thank you for, like, I think niggas getting like 50 years of one network or some shit, or some 30 years of one network, something like that. Jonathan Vilma, you know, for those who don't know, he was a former Saints linebacker. You know, he'd been working with him for a long time, working at Fox, doing the analysis and shit like that. Gave him a football, whatever, and all that, and he was complimenting him, and the nigga didn't even fucking say thank you. And then nigga got Cooper the Gene name. Motherfucker, it ain't the John, it's the Gene. Like, literally, it's the Gene. Like, bro, like, how the fuck you not know this? Nigga, it's your job. I don't know if the motherfucking CTE kicking in or some shit like that. I don't know, but, bro, it's your job. It's not the John. How the fuck, like, it's the Gene, nigga. Like, so, you know, that was crazy. I mean, John Deville was the one that played complimented this nigga, and he did not say thank you not one fucking time. I'm just like for real? Are you serious? So that shit was crazy to me. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. So that is something else, bro. Like, I thought John Deville was going out his way to cop, but not one time this nigga say thank you, not once. I'm like, bro, like, are you for real right now? Are you serious? thank you, I appreciate you. None of that. Like, come on, family. He did get one compliment. Motherfucker, he didn't say thank you, not one. That shit was crazy. But anyway, moving forward with the defense. Carter, very disruptive. Jordan Davis, I didn't see a lot of. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not going to make a judgment on Jordan Davis because I didn't see him a lot. Nolan Smith finally stepped up. That's a step in the right direction. I think that ultimately he's going to have to, if he's going to have a future here, he's going to have to consider switching his position to outside linebacker. I just don't think edge rushers for him. But he did play well, so I'm very proud of him for doing that. N'Kobe Dean. We got to talk about him. N'Kobe Dean, he might got to go somewhere else. Because I don't see him materializing, especially with how the system's constructed now. I don't see him materializing into the player that he needs to be. And again, he had a strong he had strong games early in the season. He's kind of falling off. He's missing too many tackles. And I just think we got to close the book on N'Kobe Dean. I'm being honest with you. I don't think he's going to come into the player. I'm not going to say he's a bad player. And I'm not even going to say that if he goes to another team, he's not going to have success. But I don't see N'Kobe Dean. I don't see N'Kobe Dean being better than what he is right now. I just don't see it. You know what I mean? It might be time for the Eagles to part ways and bring another linebacker to replace N'Kobe Dean. That's my thoughts on that. Let's talk about the secondary. I didn't see Blankenship at all, which I was kind of surprised about. Cooper DeJean debut, man. All over the football, very physical. I really liked his performance. You know, showed some problems with that punt return. Not all the way there yet as far as the punt return is concerned, but pretty good. I actually liked the way Cooper DeJean played. I really did. Quinyon Mitchell was playing good as usual. Slade got injured as well. And listen, as much as I feel a certain way about Slade and how his stupid-ass off-the-field antics are, I do wish him the best of recovery because I don't want to see guys hurt. So he's still on the team regardless. So I'm going to treat him with respect and say, you know, I wish prayers for a full recovery, whatever injury. Hopefully it's nothing major and he's back to playing next week. Isaiah Rodgers came in for a little bit. He got injured and came back into the game. I didn't really see anything to make noteworthy about. Kelly Ringo came in, played really, really well. For the time Isaiah Rodgers was out, he had a big hit stick. He did get beat on covers, I think, once or twice, but he had a really big hit. So shout out to Kelly Ringo for that. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson did a really good job of tackling the Joker, which is not an easy task. So I mean, lay him the fuck out. Did run into Quinyon Mitchell, which again, it happens. You know, I think that Quinyon was doing his job. CJ was doing his job. Just a little bit better communication from both parties as far as, like, hey, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of running to each other, nobody gets an interception. So, it is what it is with that. We had trouble stopping the run a lot. I mean, second string running backs, third string, fourth strings, they was just running all over us. And I think that a lot of times, you know, that really fucked us over. And that really could have put the nail in the coffin for us. So, that running game is just our run defense was horrible yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking atrocious. Offensive line, by the way, going back to offense real quick, played really, really good overall. So I have no complaints about that. And that's all I have to say. So defense overall, we didn't do a good job stopping the run, but we did come through when it counted. It wasn't a great performance. I'm not going to go as far as comparing New Orleans. It's not happening. They did not have a great performance, but they did good enough to win the football game. But honestly, overall, if it was a better quarterback, we would have got, and it was probably a better, a somewhat good running back. Like it would have been a wrap. Cowboys got their asses whooped. They're just a mess all over the place, bro. Like Dallas is in trouble, man. And like I said, they're not going to go nowhere until Jerry Jones steps down from the team. You know, he's going to do whatever he got to do to make himself the center of the attention. Is what it's going to be. Now, overall, what about feels about us going to the Giants game moving forward? This game is scary because we basically went against a team that had you one dimension because Deshaun Watson can't fucking throw. He's a fucking horrible quarterback. The offensive line was banged up in multiple areas. They got pretty much the worst offensive line in the league, and we struggled against them. Defense was the first thing for perfect. We made plays when it counted, but defense did not play well, especially against the run. Offensively, we struggled to put points on the board. We gave up on the run way too fast. We kept doing inside zone with the run, and it just wasn't fucking working. And instead of trying to do some other shit, we kept doing the same thing that didn't work. So, you know, and Sirianni is going to do whatever he got to do to run this team into the fucking ground. It just is what it is going to be. Okay, so let me tell you what's going to come up. This is what the plan is. The plan is to get this video out if my computer finally fucking start working. The other thing, let me start something real quick. The other thing, okay? I'm planning to have another song come out this Friday. It's going to be called Black Widow. It'll be on my Bandcamp page. It could be on Apple Music. It's not going to be on YouTube just yet. That'll be later on. Shooting Star, I'm going to finally put it out on YouTube. Instead of through my distributor. Because I'm kind of using DistroKid, kind of. But it's going to be officially on my YouTube channel for music. It'll be officially out, coming up. And it'll be on my SoundCloud as well. But as far as everything else concerned, Black Widow, that'll be on Apple Music. That will be on Bandcamp. And we'll just figure it out from there. Okay, so that's the plan, is to put out another song. But I got computer problems right now. I got to figure out what the fuck is going on, because my life is falling apart as we speak, and it's not going, nothing's going right. All right, so enjoy the rest of y'all weekend. I guess I'll see y'all after the Giants, and I apologize. I know I lied to y'all about the button shit. It's just that, you know, I've been dealing with a lot of motivation issues and a lot of mental health struggles as far as like trying to figure out a reason to keep going, and I kind of just stayed put doing nothing. So I can't tell y'all exactly when, but I'll try my best to try to squeeze in something. I'll squeeze in a button video sometime later on within the next month or two, so you just be on the lookout for that. And that's all I gotta say. I'll enjoy the rest of y'all Monday. Hopefully y'all enjoy the Jets and the Bills game, and I'll see y'all, like I said, after New York. Alright, peace. Alright.